after it was announced that Kishimoto is going to have his own version of the movie adapted into the anime to actually give us what he really envisioned for it. It was said that there were a lot of deleted scenes within the movie, and the thing is, some of these things that I'm about to tell you I did not expect. So sit down, relax and get ready, because I'm about to tell you about some of these deleted scenes that I found in these interviews. So let's talk about number one. Number one is that there were a lot of scenes which brought depth onto these new characters that were introduced, like Momoshiki and Kinshiki, and the supporting characters. However, they had to stick to 90 minutes for the movie, and because of that they needed to consult Kishimoto in order to talk about which scenes they would cut out. The thing is, there were a lot of scenarios, according to Yamashita, that were cut out by Kishimoto. Now the thing about cutting scenes is that when scenes are cut out of a fully created movie, they need to make sure that the scenes that they cut do not affect the story of the movie in any way. They still need to be able to tell the story that the movie is about. And also there were scenes that were not necessarily cut but shortened just to make up for the time. Number two is that Kishi's assistant actually suggested the idea of basing these villains off Japanese folklore. Okay, so Momoshiki and Kinshiki were based off Japanese folklore characters named Momotaro and Kintaro, and then there was a third character who was Urashimataro. But we do not know what Kishimoto's version is gonna look like, or even the name that Kishimoto is gonna give this third character. So number three is that Kishimoto wanted to expand on the background story of Momoshiki and Kinshiki to give the villains more depth, but the idea was scrapped because of the limited airtime issue. So obviously Momoshiki and Kinshiki are Otsuzukis, and the thing is, we do not know where they come from, right? Because Otsuzukis existed before they even came to the moon. Or we do not even know whether they came to the moon or not. All we know is that Kaguya came from somewhere, and then she settled on Earth and created Hamura and Hagoromo, and then for some reason the other Otsutsuki appeared on the moon that Hagoromo created, but those were things that happened after Hagoromo and Hamura, so we do not exactly know who the Otsutsuki on the moon are or where they even came from. Number four is Urashimataro, who is the character which the third Otsutsuki is based on. Now, I did get comments in my previous video talking about Urashimataro that, you know, he might not be part of Momoshiki and Kinshiki, but the thing is that he was introduced as one of the people which Kaguya feared, and he was introduced as a triad, like a trio, coming with Momoshiki and Kinshiki. So if that is not the case, then he most likely is going to be doing the same thing, because these Otsutsuki have been said to travel from dimension to dimension in order to take chakra. That is what Kaguya was doing, that's what Momoshiki and Kinshiki are doing, and that is most likely what this new character is going to be doing. So either he is aligned with Momoshiki or Kinshiki, or he is not, but in the end he's going to be doing the same thing. And the thing about him is that the reason why it was easy for Kishimoto to cut him out of the entire movie is because of the motive of the movie. So the motive of the movie was to push forward the idea of a parent and son relationship, and the thing is that that was the idea behind Boruto and Naruto, since there was conflict between them. And then they decided to make the villains Momoshiki and Kinshiki, who were also father and son. So they decided to use a father and son as a foil against the father and son, who are the main characters, the heroes basically. And because of the cuts, right, it looked like Naruto and Boruto were the main center of attention of the entire movie, which was, you know, what the story is about, because it is about Boruto, but the cuts showed other characters doing significant and important things. Also, another detail I want you guys to keep in mind is that the movie had a certain time limit which they knew, so they created a story which had a time limit and they tried to fit in as much as possible. But when it comes to the anime will have as much time as they want, and since they are taking a lot of things slow, we are gonna get a lot of extended scenes, and then they are going to add in different things, like the third Otsutsuki who is going to do something. We do not know what it is, but they can make it as long as possible, and by implementing him, the story is probably going to turn out drastically different but still have a similar ending like it did in the manga and in the movie. Reason why I know that the ending is going to be similar is because the manga is connected to the anime, so whatever happened in the manga is going to end up happening in the anime. But the only problem is that the third Otsutsuki was not included in the manga, so does that still mean that the manga and the anime are still connected? And if so, what changes did the third Otsutsuki actually make in the manga, because he was not there, and they say that the manga is connected to the anime. And if he was, he would have influenced Boruto, Naruto, or someone within Konoha, or he would have even came on Earth, right? But he didn't, so I think maybe he's not going to be going on Earth. Maybe he's going to be encountering Toneri, because Toneri is somehow going to be involved in this, since they have been referencing him a lot, and him talking about them arriving is probably going to lead to something happening outside of Earth, because he did not come to Earth to do anything at all. That is if we go by the anime and the manga being connected. These are some of the deleted details that did not make it into the movie and most likely are going to make it into the anime. If you want more information about the third Otsutsuki, have a look at my video on Urashima Taro, as well as aliens existing in the world of Naruto, and the possibility of Kinshiki having a Rinnegan. With that being said, look out for my next video in which I will talk about actual deleted scenes which did not make it into the movie. So be sure to subscribe to get all that information, and with that being said, I have nothing more to say. Bye.